I know you've been through a lot of games over the years. Not too many quite as crazy as this last one. I was wondering how, after a run of form, um, the specifics of a game that was that wild, coming out as a win. How much has that lifted the team more than just like grinding out a 1-0?
I think essentially, obviously you're looking to get a result and you don't really care what that result looks like. You want to build confidence. You want to know, hey, the things we're working on are actually showing up on the field. But I like the result in terms of that we had to deal with some adversity. So you go up and you give up some goals. A set piece goal that I think we can definitely do better on. The first goal is difficult. We could get out to it quicker, but basically having to deal with them coming back, things getting tense, and having to deal with adverse situations, I think builds character. And I think you saw our guys, reach down deep, fight harder, look for another goal, not just try and sit back and defend the entire time. And I think over the long haul, that pays dividends. It speaks to your team's character. It speaks to essentially, reaching down and finding more, and you can do that in critical moments.
And you speaking of the things you've been working on in training, having that proof of concept that it is working, coming out. Now that you've had some time to sort of digest the game, what were some specific things that you think now are like, wow, this thing we worked on it actually did, the players took to it and we were effective in that whatever category?
Especially to start the game, I thought our shape was very good, and our shape created transition moments, and we scored the first two goals in transition moments for the most part. So that was a big part of what we worked on, being a little more compact, being tighter with our lines, not allowing space between our midfield and our back line. And again, early on, we did that very well. We created some goals. You created a 2-0 lead, and now obviously you're even going to be a little bit tighter. So, that kind of lends itself to how the game's going. That lends itself to them having a lot of the ball. But I think if we can continue to replicate that and be tight defensively, that we can create chances with good defense.
Last one for me. This is a weird week, a Monday game and a Friday game. That's not a ton of rest, especially coming away from playing at Orlando and the conditions there. How is the group recovering from a physical perspective?
Very good. No problems at all.
Great. Thanks, Shane.
Thank you.
Thomas, you want to go first?
Yeah, so another 3 goals for Taxi. You've seen players over the years have an adjustment period when they come to MLS. Just as he continues to produce on the field, how remarkable is this adjustment? How quickly he's been able to adapt to the league?
Yeah, you just don't see it happen that often. There usually is a period that guys have to adjust, and it takes some time to figure out the league and figure out how to be successful, and it's just a credit to him that he's figured out how to be successful, right out of the gate. But it's also a credit to his teammates that they understand the threat that he is. They understand the positions on the field that they need to get him the ball to make him dangerous, and they've done that as well. So it's been very complimentary. It's him being very good, but it's his teammates understanding what his skill set is and finding him in the right moments.
And he can hurt teams from wide areas. You've used him more in central areas as well. Just how exciting is the challenge of figuring out how to best utilize him going forward?
Yeah, I think the thing, you want to give him as much freedom as possible, because like you're saying, he can hurt you from all different positions on the field. Now the idea of fitting that into a defensive scheme is the part that's got to be consistent. So we've got to understand when he drifts to a different spot, how other guys need to basically position themselves in different ways in order to make sure we're being sound defensively as we attack. But yeah, for the most part, we want to give him a green light and be able to move freely throughout the field and find good spots, and he does that. But we also need to make sure, hey, he's tracking back and he's playing his part defensively as well.
last one for me. Just what do you find appealing about the idea of playing him with Kamara and Estrada at the same time?
They're just all a little different. You know, you have a big physical presence in Estrada. You have a very veteran savvy guy in Kamara. So again, like those guys understanding the movements of each other can be very complementary. Again, fitting it into our defensive scheme is the big part that I think is going to determine if we have consistent success. So I think all three of them bring to the table something a little bit different. It gives defensives different things to have to concentrate on. And then our other guys being able to move forward and flow into that offense as well. But yeah, it obviously worked very well in the last game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm working on a story on Taxi as well. What makes him so special? What makes him so effective?
I think to begin with, you see it right away when he first got here. Is the longer you're in this business, and I would assume it carries over to all professional sports, is you just see guys with personality, guys that have a character that just lends itself to, bang, they walk in the room and they have this positivity, they kind of have that look in their eyes that I'm going to be good at whatever I do, and he's kind of that guy, like you kind of gravitate towards him. Even though, you know, he doesn't speak a ton of English, he finds a way to incorporate everybody into having fun and enjoying what they're doing. And at times I got to rein that in a little bit because he's got to know, hey, there's certain times when it's time to work and be more serious. But you can see he enjoys his job. He enjoys playing soccer.
You mentioned the language barrier a little bit. How's he meshed with the locker room, with the guys? I mean, it seems like he hit the ground right away and there's a connection there already.
Yeah, exactly. Even though maybe he can't communicate completely with everybody, he hits everybody. He gets around the entire room. He finds ways, he finds different words, different things that he can communicate. His favorite word by far is bro, so he calls everybody bro. So
Are you bro level?
I guess maybe that doesn't apply to me.
Okay.
It doesn't apply to me, but within all the players.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's fun. He's a person you want to be around, and that's carries over to the field. Like that's like, hey, that's the guy. Get him the ball. Like that's the guy that's gonna make things happen. So you see that within his normal life as well.
With his success, teams, your opponents are obviously going to be keying on him. How to stop Taxi. How's his success maybe going to open up other players' success?
It should, and exactly what I was speaking to before. So now once teams start to make adjustments to him, can we now hurt them in other ways with other players? So we have to figure out, hey, how they're going about their game plan, what they're trying to take away, and when they try and take something away, we hit them with something different. So.
Did you expect, like, when Taxi came on board, did you expect this type of impact, like, immediate right away?
I think we did to a certain degree. I'm not sure we expected it to the degree that it's been. Like, again, you see a lot of guys and you see really veteran, big-time names come into this league and don't have the immediate success he's had. So we did expect it. We knew he was a very good player, but did we expect this much success this quickly? Maybe not quite that much. So he's exceeded expectations.
I'm good.